Well, we're back at it again, ladies and gentlemen, and we have yet another episode of Cowboy Bebop to be getting to. This one, so aptly titled, Bohemian Rhapsody. Where have I heard that?
Is this just fantasy?
Caught in a landslide.
No escape from reality. Copyright strikes aplenty on this video.
Oh.
Can we dispute them?
I don't really think so.
'Cause YouTube blows,
YouTube.
and you know.
YouTube blows really high, really low. Okay.
Anyway, the left goes.
They don't really give a shit.
Hypocrites.
About me. Do, 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 do.
Anyways.
Okay, we are going to get claimed now strictly because of how similar
It's
that
a
was.
parody.
They don't give
It
a
is-
crap.
I don't give a crap.
I
Fuck you, YouTube,
dispute
it's a parody.
their dispute, and I plead the fifth.
Let's just fight them.
Yeah,
Fifth.
bring it on. Yeah,
Come get in the cage
four
with
guys
us.
sitting in a basement versus a massive media conglomerate that controls half the internet.
We'll cage fight all of
If
you.
we eat tacos, my money's on
I
us.
had like 9
we can
shots of
gas
Wild
them
Turkey
out.
101 today. I'll
True.
cage fight anybody.
Yeah, okay.
I'll die,
So if
but
y'all
I'll do it.
can't tell, we have indulged in a little bit of alcohol. We're a little bit sloshed at this point.
What?
Say I'm more
How
tipsy
dare
than anything.
you accuse me of anything like
Well,
that?
okay, we're not sloshed, but instead we're feeling it. We're feeling good.
Can you believe this guy?
Absolutely ridiculous. I know, right?
Feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Let's watch some Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So let's just get into this one because the episode title alone is just making me just go, oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
It
All
better
right.
be.
Here we
In
go.
my opinion, that's one of the greatest rock songs ever. If not number one, it's in the
Dun,
top
dun,
five.
dun, 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 dun,
That's many
dun.
people's opinion.
Yeah. All right, ready and 3, 2, 1, go. Looking cool, Spike.
As usual. Damn, dude.
That's what it's
Walked
going to be
up and
like when
punched
we
He
fight
just
him.
dropped that motherfucker.
Telling you.
So did she.
I guess he's going to sleep all 4 of them.
No,
That'll work.
giant net. Oh, Ed.
I'm so there.
How'd it go? They were just stories that got their stash stolen. What? You did it. You caught every criminal on the whole list. But you didn't pick up any leads or clues? Come on.
Still using paper to send in their complaints. That's just harassment. Waste of resources.
Jesus.
Server's gone down from all the e-complaints.
This man's got the whole rainforest on his desk.
For damages.
Oh, and you don't get the reward unless you find the mastermind, right?
Shucks, howdy, that's right.
Then the guys who caught him don't get a penny. Sorry, you guys.
Why would the country too big?
That seems like a legit reaction right there. It's like, sorry, guy.
You realize we didn't
Yeah.
get anything to replace that screen you just busted with, right? Like,
And Spike's
He's out here destroying property.
Yeah, and Spike's just like, I don't really care at this point, Jet. Oh no.
So, listen, guys, why don't we all pony up the information we have on this case and agree to split the bounty 3 ways? What do you say?
You're kidding, right? You're the one who said to work separately.
What? You guys are really keen on the idea. I can't believe it.
In that case, all 20 hits were done the same way. Every one of them infiltrated the toll booth and attached the hacking unit very precisely. So, when the ship was coming through, at the exact moment it paid the toll, they could steal the entire balance from the credit check. All the culprits were caught in the act. None of them have anything in common. On top of that, not one of them had a single stolen woollong on them.
The guy I met after was so clueless. He said he was following the instructions from a manual he got mail order from some website.
Manual.
Here.
Huh, what else you got hidden in there?
All new criminal support software. Act now for this special offer.
He was an insider who knows precisely how the gate system works. Whoever's behind it is probably connected to the Gate Corporation. The guys from the Gate Corporation suddenly became very uncooperative.
Way to go, Ed.
Hey,
Unlike that, some days it's just like all of a sudden someone's just
Wait
like,
a minute.
Nate, whoop,
Yeah.
I'm up. I'm good.
These
I'm good.
pieces are it.
I'm good.
They're still our best clues.
Ow.
There it is.
I don't think your
This
teeth
is
are
a
supposed to
memory
make that
cartridge
sound.
for playing e-chess. 1,
There's
2,
your jazz
3,
clapping.
4, and
Nah,
score
just
more.
the finger, like, cartilage popping.
Ah. Okay.
Aw, hey, parrot.
It's you. You too, eh, John?
This one is much tougher than it looks, Jet.
What else do you need to know? No smoking allowed in here.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Actually, I don't have any questions. It's just, there's something I want you to see.
What's that?
This is a game, all planned out in advance. You Gate guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You suits are using us bounty hunters like pawns, and I don't appreciate it.
Bounty hunters should look for bounties. I suggest you do that. Maybe you used to work for the ISSP, maybe not. Either way, you'd be wise to drop this line of inquiry.
That wasn't very nice.
Douchebag.
If anything, it just proved his point.
Never taken such a risk. If this thing ever gets out, you know it.
I'm fully aware of the danger.
Why would a ghost from 50 years ago suddenly come back now?
And he gives everyone a chess piece. Chess Master Hex.
The whole thing really is a game for him.
Looking like an old ass Wolverine. Ripping my man's hairstyle and everything.
Yep. Except he's got a bald head.
I got a bald
And I knew you were gonna go there.
There's nothing in here but chess data. The data doesn't have any meaning, but what if the chess pieces themselves are some kind of message?
I've got an ID, see what you can find on it.
Huh. Ed?
Edward is very busy right now. Checkmate! Oh, so Ed thought. Well, at least my knight takes your role.
This is either an idiot or a genius.
Chess Master Hex. Estimated to be 98 years old. A programmer that had been dubbed a genius from his teens. He applied his intellect to the Hyperspace Gate project, joining the program at 30 years of age. He eventually developed the central control system that all gates use to this day. He said the design had defects and the gates shouldn't be built yet. He wanted to run more tests. So they fired him and built the gates anyway. He's been missing for the last 50 years.
Edward is very busy. Try later.
forget later. We need some help now. Give me that stool.
Ed, we're trying to find a guy named Hex. He's in cyberspace.
Edward is playing chess against him right now.
Huh?
I tracked him through Edward's game and we're coming up on him. Are you guys standing by?
I don't like this. You made it much too easy to trace him. This guy's too smart for that.
Maybe it's a false trail. I mean, look where we're heading. Would he be in a dump like that?
I heard about this place a long time ago. A kind of floating scrapyard. People moved in and started living there. Squatters and drifters. There's no government, no nationality, no taxes, and no cops. They see it as total freedom. Remember, this could be a trap. A continuation of the game.
Whatever happens, happens.
Looks like there's air in here.
Then there's someone there.
How's it going, Jet?
Jonathon, what are you doing out here?
Tracking you, of course. Thanks for leading the way. I've got a score to settle with the guy you're looking for.
Dickhead.
Yep. Hey, kitty, kitty,
What the?
floating kitty.
What the hell?
Ah.
Peace to the whole galaxy and to my bank account. Love, love.
You want one?
Chessmaster Hex, I take it.
Don't try anything. Understand?
Could you be just a little quieter, please?
Huh?
Old man. Hand it over!
Some sweet armor.
Hey, hold on a minute.
Pretending to be senile
Never
won't
mind.
get you out of this. That's quite a large pipe there. Hey!
That's what she said.
What you doing, Hex? Oh, you got to see this.
It's that old
My
guy.
first formidable opponent in ages. He must be some player to pin you down. Let's have lunch first.
You ate lunch a few minutes ago, blast it.
Really? Did I like it?
Who are these guys?
Oh, my savings gone. I'll never get it back now. Damn it. God damn it. It's all a mistake!
Yeah, oh, I think we all have those moments where we lose it a little bit.
Usually not with a grenade launcher in her hand, though.
To be fair, none of us has one.
The old
Yeah,
duffer's
exactly.
out of touch. He can't recall yesterday.
I don't need one.
Hex is no longer here. There's no one left but an old man who loves to play games.
Poor old timer.
He wanted revenge, and this is how he got it. He set up the sting to kick in 50 years later when the gate was pre-scheduled for its first automatic tech upgrade. He even arranged for his operatives to carry chess pieces to let you know that he had finally gotten back at you. Hex got old. Then he got senile. He completely forgot about the traps that he himself had set. Your dirty little secret will remain a secret. You can't tell anyone about the defects you built into the gates. You just have to worry about us.
What's your price to keep from leaking this thing to the press?
Just leave the old guy alone. Ed would be unhappy if she lost her favorite chess partner, and we wouldn't want that to happen, now would we?
Again?
Not again. Ed's still playing.
You mean you played the same game for a week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're in a good mood today. Checkmate.
I feel like that's me some days. So angry 1 minute. A few minutes later, I'm good.
He got me.
One last good game before he heads out.
I'm gonna blame it on the week-long game.
Probably.
Right?
Probably exhausted.
Too much for anyone's heart.
Yeah,
That 98-year-old. Jesus.
Oh gosh. Well, this ain't Bobby Fischer we're talking about. I mean, Bobby Fischer just went crazy. This guy just went senile.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like, nice pipe you got there.
How the fuck did he end up in that fucking rubbish ass situation though? How did he end up in the trash pile?
My guess
Like
is...
you got to get dropped off there or something.
Well, he was probably hiding out, dude. He was probably just biding his time
Planning.
there. Playing games and all that, and just enjoying his twilight years. And then he kept the skim in mind 50 years later, but by the time he realized it, it was he was senile. By the time it came around, he was just like, "What did I have planned again? Oh yeah,
For lunch again. Was it good?
was it good? I don't know. I think it was chicken broth. Oh, I always liked chicken broth. Wait, did you say beef? No, chicken. Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how senile he is. The only thing
Pretty
he
much.
can recall is how to play chess effectively at this point. I mean, I've witnessed the mental deterioration of somebody, and it's usually some of the more monotonous stuff to go first, and then eventually it's certain memories, that can't recall, and then eventually it gets worse and worse. And with this, I mean, there's actually, I don't know if you all have seen the movie Awakenings with Robin Williams. What it does is it takes people who are in a state of a catatonic state, and it sees if there's anything that can stimulate them into effectively becoming, becoming responsive again. So he gets this experimental formula for this. I forget. It's a sort of dopamine, like artificial dopamine, I believe, and he gives it to these patients, and then very slowly, it was like they noticed that before
I need some dopamine. Somebody needs to give me some.
Well,
I'm in a catatonic state right now.
Why is that?
So close.
Why is that?
I just am.
Oh, well.
I mean, what do you? I am. I don't know.
Live. They noticed that before they were giving these people the artificial dopamine, that they were having reactions to certain things, like certain musics would make them move their arm around and would make them rock a little bit. And then there was this group of guys. If you put them around a card table and you sat one card down, they would play all the cards that they have in their hand, and then they would stop and go back. And eventually he gave them this dopamine stuff, and they were in a catatonic state for the better part of 20, 30 years, and they woke up. And they look at themselves in the mirror, and they don't know who the hell they are. It's honestly one of the more, like, curious situations, and also one of the most heartbreaking ones, because eventually the dopamine starts wearing off, and they go back to being in a state of, being in a catatonic state permanently again. And it's crazy to think that that's actually really a thing that happened. It was a Robin Williams and Robert De Niro movie back in like 1991, I believe, is when it came out. It's a brilliant film. They changed several things around,
but it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
Damn, that is crazy.
And it's a good movie. It's a good movie, and also speaks volumes as to people who are very slowly mentally deteriorating.
So what did these drugs do to people that are like normal? Does it make them just like super alive?
No. In terms of it's a whole lot like how certain strains of cannabis activate certain parts of the human brain. How certain inhibitors stop firing and stuff like that.
Consider me activated, dude.
Well, what the artificial dopamine does is that it pretty much reignites them, but eventually the body adapts to it, and it's no longer able to have the same effect anymore. I mean,
the body's a bastard that way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is in many ways. That's why people get so crazy as they do. Like, have you seen that? Have you seen the Black Mirror?
Probably.
Stuff on Netflix. The one with the where they go to like the House of Horrors type thing, where they go to that museum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the doctor has the helmet he puts on the patients, and he feels their shit, and like the only way that he can get his rocks off practically is by murdering somebody at the end of it,
cutting his own skin off and stuff.
And then
damn, messed up, man.
Yeah, that shit got crazy because he like desensitized himself inadvertently.
Yeah, I mean desensitization does happen. I mean, back in the day, man. I mean, certain things like made me just go, "Wow." Whereas now
Godzilla was scary. Godzilla used to be a horror movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, because the concept of that, like to fathom that yourself in the situation against some big ass atomic lizard is terrifying, right? But to us and all the shit that we've been exposed to, it's just like, Godzilla kicks ass.
Yeah.
Kick that building down for no particular reason and just do it.
Yeah, I get that. For me, actually, there was one movie one movie series they tried to turn the bad guy into like an anti-hero / like protagonist. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies.
Mm-hmm.
They actually tried to turn Leatherface into a good guy, and I'm like, that doesn't work.
I missed that. Nope.
I mean, the source material, Ed Gein was just a sad sack of creepy, man.
He was. I mean, Ed Gein was one of the most...
I pity the fool.
Heard he had nice lamps, though.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just like, what broke? What broke inside of this creepy-ass hermit?
Well, Ed Gein was... there's people out there who are like that, though. I mean, they have an urge. It's a sick urge. and they really don't care who they harm.
But look, bro, I mean, I walk through a gas station all the time, and there's multiple bags of Doritos there. I want to take them all home. And eat every fucking one of them.
But chemically, your brain can fight the urge to steal.
You're
not a kleptomaniac.
Right.
See, people who are kleptomaniacs...
It's just beyond me, dude.
Well, it's just people who have who are kleptomaniacs, they don't have the chemical impulse in their brain to pretty much cut off those urges and just be like, don't steal that.
But the effort that it would take to go to a graveyard and dig somebody's ass up, do all the handiwork to where you get the product of lampshades. Holy shit. You wouldn't have time to wipe your ass doing all that shit.
Yeah, the sense of depravity is truly baffling.
There's some effort.
Also just have to be real fucking bored doing
Oh my God. I mean, that shit is just not happening, dude.
Well, you know that dude wasn't getting any dates. What else did he have going on?
I guess.
Hey, he was.
Jesus.
They were just cold-hearted, cold-blooded.
Right.
Cold in every way.
I didn't think about that.
Anyway, we do have another episode to get to.
Yeah, we do. We got one more.
We do.
So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for tuning into this. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to watch the full version of this, links, as always, is in the description down below to our Patreon, where you can check out the full, uncut version of this. And you can also check out everything else we got going on. I mean, we got over 100 episodes worth of different anime, so it's awesome.
And growing.
And more.
Boing.
So until next time, everybody, we'll see you then. Peace out.
See you, Space Cowboy.